Hello, folks, and welcome to another installment of the Mood Room. We have a few special guests in the house today. We have the Meezer coming in from... Where the hell are you at right now, Meezer?
I am at my house in Fishkill, New York, right now.
I thought you were like away or something, doing surgery on people or something like that.
I was living in the city for a little bit for school, but I'm actually living at home now. I've been commuting from my parents' house. So
to the city?
Yeah.
That kind of... All right, we'll get back to that. The Rook Bishop joins us. Say hello, the Rook Bishop.
Hello.
And we have our recurring guest. Godzilla tends to be in the building and fill the whole place up, but he's here with us today. Say hello, Godzilla.
Speak softly, but carry a big stick.
Did you just call him fat?
And everyone's favorite.
Oh, you talking about yourself? Go ahead.
We're talking about you. Everyone's favorite. What are you?
Kong.
Who are you? You're King Kong today. What is with the? You already? You swear?
You know what I am.
You said you were Poseidon, then you switched back to Kong.
I
don't know
said
what
Kong
you're doing.
and a sound test.
You know what's crazy about Godzilla? There's a porn star called Godzilla. He uses the same phrase.
Is that a real thing?
Yes, there's a porn star called Godzilla. He's
What
on
the-
Bang Bros. His penis is like 14 inches.
That's not real.
It's totally real.
No, that's not true.
Look it up.
That's
I'm
King
not.
Kong.
No, I don't. If I look it up, I'm gonna get stressed out. I don't. You know, cut it out. You know what I mean? A 14-inch penis. And what the fuck is he doing with that?
I don't know. He tied a weather balloon around.
He's keeping people in submission with it.
No, he
Triumph for Yankees.
did. You know what? Now already we're starting off the show with talking about 14-inch dicks.
His name is A. Huge Rod.
Really? Okay, so how was it going to school in New York?
How is it?
Yeah, how was
It's okay. Commuting kind of sucks.
I would imagine it would suck.
Yeah.
Drive or
Like,
train?
taking the train and then the subway sucks. So.
Did your dad put in my hot tub yet?
No, he hasn't.
Can you tell him to get the molasses out of his ass, please, and cut the crap? You know, we got things to do, right?
Like
Yeah.
what?
I don't know. I just
Like get in the hot tub.
does it have to be
I think
said?
that was the
Hot
thing.
tub done. Like, what more do you need?
I'm sorry. You know, it's cold outside, so by the time you get the hot tub, it'd be hot outside. You just
Well,
get
that's the best time to do it. Actually,
you get a lukewarm tub. That's all you
If you get a fucking cheap one.
The whole
We're
place-
talking about doctor money here. We don't got no cheap fucking hot tub. We're
You're
talking
right.
about top of the line stuff here.
Yeah, but you're right. But by the time you get it, it might smell like hot ramen water in the
Magnetic.
hot tub.
I don't even know what the hell just happened. Clapping? We're clapping on that one?
That was a good joke.
Oh, it's a good job.
Hot ramen.
Gina's excited.
How dare you fucking clapping that fucking... Fuck
That was
you.
a good one.
This is what I gotta fucking deal with these fucking people?
All right.
So today's kind of like Duran's debut. So we kind of are letting him take the reins there. He has a bunch of questions that he's going to ask, and then basically we're just going to just talk about each question and then just go from there. Feel free to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Bring up whatever you want to talk about. We're probably going to end up getting into a little bit of politics because it just happens because there's so much going on. And just pipe in and tell what do you call yourself today again? Amber Rose.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
I am Amber Rose.
Tell Amber Rose to shut the fuck up if he gets in your way. That's all you got to do. Just say, shut the fuck up, Amber Rose. Jesus fucking Christ. Give me a break with your
Wait.
fucking shit.
Are we talking about
No, you're you're doing con things.
the radio Amber Rose or the real Amber Rose? Because the Amber Rose can talk as long as she wants.
No, this is not the same Amber
Okay,
Rose.
good,
This is the one you tell to shut the fuck up.
Okay, good. Because I can tell the other one to shut the fuck up, but I still might want to fuck her at the end of the day.
You probably wouldn't want to tell her to shut the fuck up. Do you know Amber Rose, Ramiz?
No, I'm not familiar with that.
She's a porn star. You don't need to know about that.
She's not a porn
Stay pure.
star.
Don't listen to these degenerates.
First of all, don't disrespect her profession.
She's a whore.
She's a video vixen.
She's a fucking whore. She's a paid fucking whore.
She's a video vixen.
That's the one that went out with Kanye West, right?
Kanye West, Wiz Khalifa, who she let Wiz nut on her face. You know, she put that in her show. She said she wanted kids, and Wiz Khalifa said no, so Wiz came on her face.
Thanks for that.
No problem.
I don't even.
Did she have a-
now, this is the guy that's doing the questions. Now I'm scared.
Did she have a baby by Wiz though?
Is Wiz? That's a rapper?
Wiz Khalifa. He's known for like smoking weed.
Aren't they all?
No
He's
relation-
known.
No relation to Mia Khalifa.
He's known for smoking.
yeah.
Hello. That's a good. That's a good meat right there.
Kong knows Mia Khalifa.
Yes, we all know. We all know who that girl is.
Kong beats his banana to Mia Khalifa.
I don't know who that is.
Mia Khalifa is this 22-year-old.
She's a librarian, I believe, right?
She's like a.
She's a librarian. Okay, what else does she do? Clearly, there's something more to it.
Well, she's like one of
They changed the name to librarian as to not stand out as much.
You gotta put that on your resume.
Fucking porn code names now.
You gotta put that on your resume. So I seen you were a librarian for Pornhub.
Do it decimal fucking.
She handles the video section. She's in charge of the video section.
He's like, so amateur? Is that a book?
So hold on though. She's really a librarian. That's a real.
No, she's a porn star.
She's a porn star.
But she.
Oh, so she might
But all right, so
kind of balance,
One of her more memorable scenes, because obviously I watch porn a lot, is her and this other Arabian girl tag team this white guy, and it's a very good thing. It's a very
I
good
gotta
thing.
see what this person looks like. You guys are talking her up like she's some special.
Are you talking about the video where she's wearing like a hijab? And, like,
Yeah, he knows. He knows.
Tell me what's her name again?
How did we get into porn?
You started
We're
this.
not. I just want to see what she looks like.
Yes.
Mia, what's her name? Mia what?
Mia Khalifa. You said not related to Wiz Khalifa, and then we talked about Mia Khalifa.
You did this, George.
George, you did this.
Not like we talking about Tiana Trump. That's another one.
Right there, the one.
Tiana.
Do you mean right there? There you
Do
go.
you mean? Who else would you mean?
No, I'm saying
Those just direct you right there. There is nobody else. Who do you mean?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
I see.
So this girl is 20 years old.
Oh, it makes sense now.
I think she's 22 now.
22.
Yo, look at that tattoo. That's
All right,
She
okay.
actually stopped doing porn.
Good
Now
for her. She's got glasses on. She shouldn't be doing porn.
What? What
Well,
do you mean?
Did you just assume her gender?
Don't do that.
Assume her gender.
Don't fucking do that. You know I can't handle that. Yes, I assumed she was a fucking woman. What the fuck?
I would hope so, because that means I'd be beating my dick to she-males.
Magnetic. Okay, so all right. So let's hear the first question. What do we got?
Okay, so I guess the first question can go with the porn scene we was talking about. What it is.
Wow.
Would you date out your race?
Oh, okay. Does anybody want to go first? Because I'll start talking regardless of what's going on.
I've always dated out of my race. In fact, I don't think I've ever seriously dated African American or Jamaican person more than a month.
So is there?
So that's a yes.
Is there any reason that you wouldn't date a different race? Have you?
No, it's I find them more attractive actually.
So it's just attraction.
Yeah.
I've heard stuff about white girls being easier to deal with than black girls. I'm not gonna. Not that I'd be interested in either. Really?
Because you're gay?
But you're so helpful.
Oh, okay.
I'm
cutting
And I will explain
That's a
the
question.
obvious.
That's a question.
Who's
for
that
the
guy?
audience.
Captain Obvious? Is that the
Yes.
commercial Captain Obvious?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Where's
Stating the obvious.
And this is why he's our favorite. We wouldn't know what to do without him.
We should have
Her. It.
We should have.
You
Kong,
see my Tinder?
We should have Kong hold up the clap please sign every time we want to clap.
That's right.
Pause.
All right. So, would you date outside your race, Marie Ramiz? And don't get scared either. Nobody gives a shit.
No, I'm not scared. Yeah, I would be open to dating outside my race. I think personally, I prefer dating within my own race because I feel like I would just have more in common with that person. But I'm not completely against the idea, and I would totally be open with being with someone outside my race.
Black girls tend to be a little bit difficult. I don't know if you know that. They're probably gonna get mad at me for saying, "How dare you generalize our race like that?"
I feel like Khan point that out because that was obvious.
That's true. They get mad,
So
So what? Hold on, but all right, go ahead. You.
Okay, so seeing that I've dated mostly black women, I would date outside my race, but there's only one key problem. I've seen the movie Get Out, so
It doesn't have to be white people. It could be Latino.
Up until a month ago, he was good.
I
But
was-
once that movie hit theaters,
You know, I don't
you
even
saw
trust.
it.
I don't even trust any kind of tea from a white person now. Any tea.
That fucking cup.
Hell
You see
yeah.
the one
If
where
they ask you what time it is, you're like, get away from me.
did you see the one where they're in
Actual
a they're in a restaurant and a white person starts stirring their cup and then they attack the damn person in the cup? I was like, hell no, bitch! You're not gonna have me fucked up.
Please, find that video. That's a real thing.
No, it's a meme.
Oh,
I
okay.
went to
What does it mean to the term two girls in a cup, huh?
I went
Oh
to
my God.
I went to Sugar and Spice, and this white woman
Was everything nice?
Yes, and there was no chemical X, but she offered me green tea, and I smacked the shit out of her. I was like, "How
He
dare you?"
did not smack her. You fuck get out of
I
here.
was like, "How dare you offer me water, you white bitch?" I
What
can't
the
do-
fuck? You word? Well, we're gonna hit the gas like that, huh? Okay. To quote Will Smith for those that are paying attention. Okay, good.
Men in Black.
I couldn't believe it. After Get Out, I looked at interracial dating a lot differently, even though I shouldn't.
Do you know? So you know the premise of this movie, right, Ramiz?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a little when you actually see it, it's some really fucking crazy psychological, ridiculous shit, and it'll make you like, you know, I'm not. Where do your parents live?
You want to be honest? I heard he's making a movie series. Like he's doing 2 more movies, like Get Out. After like his whole popularity with Get Out, because I didn't expect like Jordan Peele, the guy from like Mad TV, to go like
So
really well.
So back to the question. Who are you now? A Nike in 1972? Is that what you're calling yourself right now?
He's Kong. I think
Kong, right? Kong.
Fuck you.
So you've dated.
That's the shoes used in the movie. The movie takes place.
You say have you dated a black girl?
One. I've dated one black girl my entire life.
Okay, so you dated a black girl, a white girl.
That's the one girl that I did love, though. The only girl that I can say I loved.
Was it a black girl?
Yeah.
Was
Okay,
it your
so-
hand?
Was a black girl named Mary Bomb and her 5 sisters?
Well, shit.
Damn, you got me.
The black girl was named Pomula.
Almost lost my
Popular. What the fuck? You're gonna have me take a shit in front of everybody. Cut it out.
Sorry.
I'm not prepared for Duran.
So hold on. So wait a minute now. So okay. So have you dated
It's like an arcade.
white and black? The Rook Bishop.
So I've dated mostly black girls.
Miser.
I've talked to like an Indian woman. I've messed with an Italian
Did you
girl.
catch him laugh at the Indian woman? Did you catch the little?
Is he Indian?
Yes.
Oh,
Don't touch me.
Then
I was thinking-
you
Okay.
understand, sir. Look, I've tried talking to an Indian woman, but another problem is they have like 2 birthdays,
What the fuck? What?
and
What?
And I have limited funds. That didn't work for me.
You know,
that's the end of that.
I kind of looked.
What are you
at
talking
So
about?
you're
2
not into the
birthdays.
Jewish women because they got the 13 days of Christmas. You're like, no, we're not doing that.
I
You're
couldn't do that either. You know,
Wait. So hold
and they
on.
always
What
wear dresses. I was like, what the
the
hell
fuck are you talking about?
So apparently in their religion, there was like they have like let's say like a Christmas, and then they have like another Christmas. But I don't know if it's like all Indian women or that one.
Ramiz, I don't know
specific sect.
anything about what the fuck he's talking about. Did you know anything about what the fuck he's talking about?
Well, I'm not Indian, but
Well, whatever you, it's
I have,
Pakistanish. What is it? I don't remember.
Peace in the Middle East. I don't know.
Pakistan.
What the hell is that? I never heard of that.
Pakistan.
You told me all this shit before. Don't be mad
He's
at
giving
me.
you the proper pronunciation and you like lost over it.
Yeah, my parents are from Pakistan,
Pakistan?
which is right
Okay.
next to India, but
That's the same shit then. Is it really that different?
Yes, there's a line.
I didn't yet tell him to clap. Oh yeah, okay. Wait, all right. So seriously, Ramiz, take it easy.
yeah, I don't know. Was she like Hindu or Muslim? Like, do you know what really?
She was Hindu.
I would
Okay.
only be a hazard guess that
I'm
maybe
not
it's her.
Hindu, so I'm not too familiar. I don't know about.
Yeah, but I would imagine the circles you travel in, you'd run into these various
Would it be
multiple
her-
birthday
would it be
people.
Her natural birthday, and then like a day that she like accepted her religion, and that becomes her new like rebirth day, so she celebrates both.
Maybe that's it, or maybe it's like her birthday, and then it was like the year.
Oh, hold on,
ago.
all right, hold on. So how did she explain it to you?
Exactly how George explained it, but at the age of like 14, I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
No, okay.
Maybe she was just making it up to get extra presents.
Or to get the fuck away from him. Maybe if I'm like I say crazy things, I can he'll leave me alone.
I mean,
Bitches do that shit.
that would be true if he was a next door neighbor. So regardless, you're still gonna see my ugly
We had a
ass.
couple
So.
that were saying that, but they actually wanted to stay.
He's like, hey, you know I'm crazy, right? Yep. So you better text me later.
George, what do you think? Outside of your race?
Well, being part Stegosaur and part Tyrannosaur, I don't actually have a single race. So I'm fine with being outside the race.
I'm just dropping the names today. Just whatever.
It's just flying.
Just flying. Whatever.
It's 'cause of me.
I mean, I laid the groundwork earlier. So.
Is it because of me?
I don't know. I mean, I'm losing my
Well,
composure.
he started it last week. It's just rolling into.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but it could be.
Part Stegosaur.
So you're both you got both going on there with your heritage. So
Yes.
you're saying that. So that's the reason why you're just okay with either.
Yeah, I walk between both worlds, kind of like Ghost Rider.
Only your movies are better.
Yes.
All I'll say is I don't discriminate for the most part. I don't really. As long as you got what I need, it's fine. Anyway.
Would you guys say if like someone's like, oh, I only find white people attractive to be like racist or?
See, this is the thing about that, right? So we talk about racist and all that. So I don't think it's racist. It's what you fucking like. But there are people out there that will specifically say that and mean it in a racist way. But I personally, if I heard that, I wouldn't react and say it's racist.
I think it's racist when you said. I think it's racist when you say, "I'll date anyone but white people."
I disagree. I know what you're saying, but I don't know if I agree with that.
Because you're targeting the whole audience as it's
The dictionary defines racism as feeling a race is superior to another, not what you like or don't like.
Right, which is where I'm at with it.
It's not racist to say that you like chocolate milk. You don't suddenly hate regular milk. Well, that's racist. You like chocolate milk. I'm like, no, I like chocolate milk. I like the taste of chocolate. There's probably metaphors and all that, but I'm saying it's not on its face racist to say that.
Okay, I can understand where George's coming from. I feel like
It can be racial. You can have your preferences, but again, it doesn't mean you're superior to them. Like, I just don't like that.
True. I mean, at the end of the day, I still won't take tea from any white woman. So, that's...
It wasn't the tea. It was
the
And
cup,
I'll
man.
also
It was the
say
cup.
we're the only nation on the face of the planet that actually has made laws that say you're not allowed to think and believe this. Every other nation on the planet does not like the other races. They like
What do you
their
mean
race.
laws to think and believe? You're talking about laws. What laws?
Like,
There's laws to say that you can't
Laws
think
are
of
you're not
it?
supposed to discriminate and be prejudiced against other people.
Oh, okay,
In
that-
workplaces,
okay.
whatnot. But in general, but we frown on that as a country because we're a melting pot. You don't put down other races, but all the other races come from countries that are just those countries. That's why you're having, not to go political, but that's why you have issues with France and Germany letting in migrants, and there's issues coming in because these people are like, oh, well, this is people that aren't normally here. Why are they acting differently? Well, it's because they're from a different culture. Of course they're going to act differently.
That's absolutely true.
I agree with God.
And
Cameron coming into my house would act differently in my house versus me going into his house. The floor is different.
And I think people don't appreciate that. They act like there's some
Floor is different.
like they can't see that that's going to happen, so they can't even talk about it. It's like it's a real reality. Like this is what the world you live in.
Right. I'd like to be able to have open conversations about it. And I can, as I said again, because I walk on both lines, so I'm very fine doing that. And I actually like going into situations where people don't expect a black person to be, because I don't act like your typical black guy walking down the street with his pants hanging off his ass and listening to rap music.
That's not even a typical.
You also don't hold your
It's
gun.
What the fuck do you mean it's not typical?
That's-
You know what?
It's
In your defense, what people see on TV when it comes to that's what they see. So it's like when you have
I ain't
people.
talking about no damn TV.
Well, I'm
Sure I
saying.
was.
Well, I know you're. But I'm saying
I
like
know.
he's talking about.
I'm talking about
So
my
that's
life.
what's portrayed on
Yes.
TV. So that's what people know. So it's like if they weren't doing that, they couldn't really.
It's like the few bad apples get the spotlight, and then like everyone else falls into that category.
I'm just referencing Poughkeepsie.
Okay.
I
I
think
can't
what
speak
he's
for
trying to
anybody
say
else.
is if you were to put all the black people or black people together, you would find that the majority of them don't do that. Is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Depends on the age.
Yeah, it depends on the
That's true.
Because I remember when I was younger, I used to wear 3 shorts. One for gym, one to sag, and then my actual pants.
What the fuck?
I know. Look, it was
What the
You had
fuck?
more energy than I did. I just wore my jogging pants. I didn't have to change for gym.
Yeah, and I did the same thing.
I mean, I pulled this down obviously for gym. Then I pulled one up.
Hey, if they want to advertise for me, that's fine. Anyway, moving on. So,
Billboard butt. I'm sorry.
is the origin really the thing with the guys in prison? Is
Yeah.
that really the origin?
Yeah.
People are so fucking stupid.
Did you know sagging backwards means niggas?
I did see that somewhere.
Next question.
Okay, yeah. Next.
All right, so I don't know if we're going political right now.
No, we do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Go ahead. Go.
Is Ben Carson in the sunken place?
God damn it! Why did you
Fucking
bring this,
please.
George? I know you like him, but he fucked me up this week. Like, I mean, what the fuck is that shit about slaves and they came over here and they got dreams? And it's like he compared it to people that came here of their own free will. Let me calm down first. Like, go ahead.
Please let Godzilla talk.
Because George, you like Ben Carson, right? You've liked him.
I haven't followed him a lot since he ended his campaign, but I'm aware of him. Yes.
So, and you're aware of that thing he said about.
Yes.
Lay it out for us, because I don't remember in exact. I get the gist of it, but let's lay it out.
I think it wasn't worded and articulated the best way.
Gotta jump in. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, so now we're supposed to be dealing with people that have a certain level of intelligence and ability to speak. That that they should be able to spit the shit out in a way that doesn't come off as offensive and all that. So, and here's another thing about it too. If you don't do that, why aren't we following it up with a correction saying this is not what I meant? And go ahead.
Well, unpause. To clarify, he used the word immigrant, which you can say I don't like the way he used it, but he did say in the bottom of slave ships. So he didn't just say, oh, when black people immigrated to America. If he said that and left it at that, then you could say, what the hell is wrong with this guy? He did make the point they came over in slave ships.
Yeah, but you got to be better. You're right, but you like so. It's
I'm only saying. It could have been said better, but the blow up around it, like the guy doesn't know what he's talking about, I found to be a little silly.
No,
Once again, to say I didn't hear all this when Barack Obama made a similar comparison.
I'm not familiar with that. What was the comparison?
He said, I don't have the quote, but he, in a speech years back, had made the comment about, let us not forget the black people that immigrated to this country that were not brought here of their own will, and they have dreams, and a similar thing what Carson said, but basically said blacks and immigrating. And nobody was up in arms. They didn't attack him and say, "Oh, this guy's an idiot. Impeach him. Get out of here. He doesn't know what he's doing." It could have been said better, but it's not the end of the world.
He talks with his eyes closed too much. It makes me nervous.
Ben Carson?
Yeah, he's fucking. And he just like his energy. Like I know Trump pointed it out, but it's like he's not very like.
I just don't have the energy to deal with stuff that doesn't really require.
Yeah, that's true.
I could acknowledge it and say, "Oh, that was silly. I wonder what he meant by that," and then I move on.
You know what, don't George? Here's the thing about it. So Trump is so ridiculous, right? The things that he says and does. He doesn't need anybody else doing stupid shit or stuff that can be considered stupid. It's like you like.
Well, you tell me it's from the top down.
That's very true, but I can still. So you're saying I can't still expect better? It's like.
No, I'm not saying you can't expect better. I'm just saying it happens.
You know what I'm saying? Though? It's like he got enough fucking problems. He doesn't need other people adding to it. What you think? What?
So what is the problem? What did you hear that set you off to like this guy's a moron?
I didn't. He's not a moron. If I said that, I take it back. I don't think he's a moron.
But
it's like okay. So here's the thing about it. So the way that he said what he said, if people that aren't closely paying attention, because most people don't pay attention fully, like they don't pay attention. So the way he said it made it sound like he was comparing black people that were taken from Africa in slave ships to immigrants who chose to come over. That's how it came off.
So he needed to just cut the word immigrant out of what he said. Really, the bottom line is the word immigrant is what you're bothered by.
Yeah, so it sounded like that he made light of the fact that they were brought over against their will. That's what it sounded like. The way he called it, you know.
I didn't get that vibe since he added the word brought in slave ships in the bottom of it. I didn't think that was making light of.
All right, I'm going to pull it up because I disagree with that.
I mean, I personally don't know much about politics. All I know is, as a black man, they need to bring in that guy with the black gloves, be like, rent is too damn high.
It's the same Ben Carson luggage. Is he talking about black people?
Black people didn't pack their luggage for their trip.
Ben Carson luggage? Is that like a thing?
Did you see the picture? And it was like, according to Ben Carson, this is a cruise ship, and it was a black person slave ship.
Oh.
I was like, wow! Just shoot somebody in the face. Good Lord.
Let me see if I got this.
Kong, you got anything?
Ben Carson gave a speech to the Department of Housing and Urban Development.
We're going to pause.
He, of course, now runs this department.
No, I'm saying we're going to pause talking.
But he went on to shove his foot directly in his mouth and say something that's right up there with some of his dumbest comments.
Go through that museum on Ellis Island.
See, he's eyes closed.
And look at the pictures of all those people who are hanging up there. From every part of the world, many of them carrying all their earthly belongings in their two hands. Not knowing
Seems like he's on drugs.
what this country held for them. Look at the determination in their eyes. People who work not 5 days a week, but 6 or 7 days a week. Not 8 hours a day, but 10, 12, 16 hours a day. No such thing as a minimum wage. They work not for themselves, but for their sons and their daughters, their grandsons, and their granddaughters, that they might have an opportunity in this land. That's what America is about. A land of dreams and opportunity. There were other immigrants
you hear this
who
guy at
came
all,
here
Maurice?
at the bottom of slave ships, worked even longer, even harder for less.
Hello?
Hold on.
But they too had a dream that one day their son,
We're listening to Ben Carson. You barely hear him,
You
but
actually talked over the line. It's happened already.
really?
Yeah, it's right when you decide to start talking. is
Fucking
where
can't hear
the
this
line
guy
was.
anyway.
Yeah, he's mumbling.
Daughters, grandsons, granddaughters, great-grandsons, great-granddaughters might pursue prosperity.
Yeah, he just called slaves immigrants. And he said,
Great, but they too had a
Okay, so
dream.
that guy agrees with what I said. He's
one
not
day
questioning what he
their son-
said. He's
Yeah.
upset that he used the line
Daughters,
immigrant.
grandsons, granddaughters,
Go back further.
great-grandsons,
Oh my God! I just,
ships worked even longer, even harder for less.
is this? It's here, gotta be right here.
But they too had a dream.
No, you should go back another 20
Damn,
seconds.
what did he say?
Fuck this guy!
Dreams and opportunity. There were other immigrants who came here in the bottom of slave ships, worked even longer, even
Oh.
harder for less.
There are other immigrants who came here in the bottom of slave ships, right? That's what he said.
Yeah.
Do you see how that could be
That could be-
considered
yeah, that could be-
offensive?
That could be a little.
I think what Godzilla's mostly saying is the fact that he used immigrant. Like, he could have said anything else, but once, like, the word immigrant.
Right, I was clarified. You're
Yeah.
upset at him using the term immigrants.
Yes.
There are other people that came in the bottom of slave ships and blah blah blah. There'd be no controversy. The controversy is he called them immigrants, and you're technically not immigrated because you were kidnapped and brought here. That's what the controversy is.
I agree.
I agree
Okay.
with that. But again, I acknowledge that and moved on. I don't
Okay.
think he's a moron. I just said it could have been said better. He let a word slip, calling them immigrants. They're not technically not immigrants.
Okay.
Fuck
He
that
should-
guy.
No, he should. He, in my opinion, is he should just come on and clarify and explain what you just did. That's all. I think Okay, next question.
This is more of a section, so we're just gonna call it Trump Today.
Oh God.
Trump today.
It's just he does so much that you can't not talk about the man. Like,
Yeah.
You're not gonna-
Oh, I thought he actually had a couple of quiet days.
You're not gonna be.
Ramsey, let's-
well, I don't know.
What's the question?
Was there something today?
Well, no, it's more like a weekly thing.
What's
Like
is there
whatever
is there a
he's
question on this one, or are you
No,
just
no,
trying to
it's
make a segment?
it's just segment.
No, we're not gonna do segment unless we're prepared for it. If you guys is there a question, then that's fine. But
this is the
Okay,
Trump
there's just
section.
too much to get into if we're gonna
That's
just
why I
have
said
it
it was
open.
a weekly thing. But if we're doing questions,
We're staying on you're got the questions.
All right, so
know.
the question I have to ask is because of apparently Beauty and the Beast got out and then Alabama
Oh my fucking
shut
God.
things down. So, are kids being forced to accept? like,
Okay, so
the
are you
gay-
familiar with this stuff that happened with this apparently there's a gay character in
In
the
the
new
I've
Beauty and the Beast
heard of
movie,
it, but I've not like.
and
seen
apparently
it.
in Alabama
Yep,
they they're not allowing it to be shown
They,
because of
they
it.
banned it in a movie theater in Alabama. They banned it because of one gay character in the remake of Beauty and the Beast. And then
Do we
another.
know who the gay character is?
Isn't it a live action movie? Or
Yes.
It's not like the Beast or
It's
No,
not
no,
it's not a
character.
main.
No,
Character
it might be
is-
it's not like Garson's like right hand man. It's just like some random, but he has a name. It's like for it's not Farouk because that's a wrestler.
Beast cast.
Good
I-
for
Shut up.
Okay, it's not a main character. They're not doing a major twist of the story. They just inserted a
Yeah.
gay character into the story somewhere.
Yeah.
And then they acknowledge, oh, this guy or this girl is gay.
Hey,
Yeah.
people want gay characters in Disney movies, but in their Star Wars movies, not their kids movies.
I mean, I feel the same
I
way,
think
but I'm like,
you shouldn't. Sexuality should not be noticed when you're a child. That's something you should grow into.
did you see the cartoon where they had?
But what about like old fairy tales about like the guy the girl falling in love with the prince? That's like kind of sexual too, you know?
Yeah, that's true, but it's
Well, there's
It's-
definitely
it's more-
but the sex is like an underlying factor to a lot of what's going on
yeah,
with
but
Disney.
you question more when you say why is that guy not acting like a boy, or why is that guy wearing a dress, mom? You should. Like,
So wait, hold on.
those questions shouldn't be asked when you're a child.
So is the question that should media, the movies, and all that kind of stuff push this an agenda that children shouldn't be seeing, or is it wrong for Alabama theater to not show this movie?
I
think
feel
it-
like it's wrong. Well, the question can either go both ways because there was a scene in a Disney cartoon. I don't know which one it was, but there was like two guys kissing. So the scene looked like a prom, and parents are like, "Oh, my kids don't need to see that at a young age." So I'm like, "But why?"
Okay. Does anybody want to talk before I start running my mouth? Because I got some.
All I gotta
thoughts
say is I don't think you should expose children to sexual themes at a young age at all.
But
Well, so what is the
regardless.
age? What is the age then that you can start doing that?
I'll say like 10, because that's when people start getting sexual questions. They start getting little boners and they start feeling some type of way. I think 10 is the proper age to start teaching kids about sex. I think they don't need to be worrying about that. They need to be kids.
What are your thoughts, Godzilla?
I think there has been a sustained effort to expose kids to sexuality earlier and earlier and earlier, and it seems to be done on purpose.
With the goal being?
With the goal being to basically sterilize everybody's thoughts on it. You don't think any counter thought to anybody to anything. Looking at the world right now, just stopping and pulling my father from 1996 before he passed away to now, I think he would be totally thrown aback. Obviously, that would be an abruption to anybody to be hurled forward.
So, would you say that
he would be wondering, like, why? What is this behind doing that?
So,
Why-
would you say that
why is that?
it's now almost come to fruition, for lack of a way to describe it, in terms of all this gender crap that's going on, all this movement of I want to be known as Z and all this Turn my phone off! What the fuck?
Yes, I will say that I think it has come to fruition.
Just pick up from where you said Z.
This is fucking annoying. I definitely turned this shit off.
It's an attempt to break down the traditions that we've gone by for hundreds of years. They don't like that, and they think we're barbaric and archaic, and they want it done a different way.
Who do you think? Who's they?
Who is they?
Let's ask him.
Can we get they on the phone?
Powers that be.
The Rockefellers.
You don't need to get them on the phone. Just put your phone up. They're watching us now, apparently.
Ask
Or do
him.
we-
Which reminds me of the data dump. But anyway,
Ask him.
Ramiz,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on this subject?
I think, it depends on how they're showing it in the movie. If it's like, if they're showing like sex scenes, that's obviously inappropriate for kids. But if it's just like a character who happens to be gay and he has like a crush on someone, I don't really see the harm in that.
Do you think that theater has the right to not show that movie if they want to? If they don't want to? And do you, what is your...
It's a movie theater. They can show whatever they want, right? So...
I agree. I'm not for censorship, but I agree that they have the right, just as they have the right to make the movie, they have the right to choose whether they're going to show it or not.
What license is the studio? I'm at the theater. Who owns it?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's private. They can do what they want.
Okay, here's a couple of things about it, right? So I think that part of what's happening also is that you want to introduce that sort of stuff to kids so they become desensitized to it in the sense that it doesn't become, oh, that's weird, oh, that's odd, oh, I got to treat that a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you have that stuff just be part of the culture and it's not separated out and brought in later on, they can just, oh, it's just that. I don't care. It's nothing. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time,
violence in video games and such, it's
right,
now going
right.
to the next step.
But at the same time, there's another side of it where it can be turned into something that is not necessarily positive. Like I went to the Pride Parade, and there was families there at the Pride Parade, and I was, that was happy to support and everything, But then one of the people there at the parade, she's on the floor, she's got her fucking tits out, and you got little kids there supporting the movement, but you got your fucking tits out. So it's like you're doing a disservice to the movement when you do shit like that, Kind of like when the clowns are going into the fucking. You remember the shit where they went to the churches?
And just get arrested and stuff?
No, there were people dressed up in clown outfits that went to communion. They went to receive communion from church. Clearly not religious people, but they go in to make a mockery of the church, to go in their clown outfits and whatnot to take communion from the priest up front.
I feel like they're just doing too much.
Right, and I'm like, okay, well, you're not persuading me to your side. You've just basically shown me you're an asshole.
Yeah.
And even if I didn't think much of the church, I look at what you're doing, I'm like, well, that's not the way to do it.
Right. It sets us back. It's like, what are you doing? Cut it. What the fuck is wrong with you? You don't do that. It's disrespectful.
I feel like in this scenario, we've gotten to a phase where like we've had to like we're like training future generations to
I
like
totally agree with that.
To like, oh, nothing's offensive, like, because remember like back in the day where like Oprah's like, well, black people can't say the N-word, So that was a whole big thing. And then, so we're like trying to get younger minds to be like, well, don't be offended by this. Don't be offended by that. This is okay. That's okay.
Well, take it a step further. Look at your rap music and it's become like the rappers are wearing skirts and they're rapping about gay shit and it's like what is really going on? And it's like I'm okay with just supporting, but it's like it's being shoved down people's throats now.
I feel like,
and I think it would turn people off.
Something in the water.
Yes.
Flint, Michigan. I'm sorry, that joke was bad.
Jesus Christ, Flint, Michigan.
There is something in the water in Flint.
That's a bad joke. I'm sorry, I didn't mean. Family Guy did that joke. It was weird. They were trying to get Carter Peterschmidt to blind again, and Stewie threw a bottle of water, and Brian was like, "What was that?" He was like, "It came from Flint, Michigan." And
the Flint, Michigan thing. It's like I can't believe that's still a thing. It's sickening at this point. And it's like it's a shame that in the United States, this day and age, that something like that can still be going on, and it's like it's completely forgotten about. It's not an issue nobody cares about that anymore.
I feel like,
and it's such a major thing,
I'm not even sure how much they cared about it to begin with.
That's true. Right. That's right. It lets you know that it's just bullshit.
It's like, sir, I feel like
that's such a major thing that you have to address it.
I agree.
I think there would be follow-up stories.
And it's like somebody like, let's say you talk about a Bernie Sanders, right? Who's supposed to be for the people. How the fuck are you not talking about that? That should be something that should be brought up every single week that you're on. You know what I mean? Like, you don't let people get away with that shit. That's ridiculous. It makes me lose respect for the institution at that point. You know what I mean? Because it's like, that should not be happening here. And then the people there get fucked over behind it. Yeah, you know about that, right? Where if they don't pay their water bill because the water's fucked up. You won't pay for shitty water, right? Uh-huh. So then now you don't have your water gets turned off, and now you don't have water going into your house. So now it becomes your house is not safe anymore, right? So now they not only condemn the houses, take their kids, because now you got kids in an unsafe environment because they don't. And it's like, what the actual fuck? Are you fucking kidding me?
Is this like an extreme version of what's the word? Gentrification or something like that?
Gentrification?
Like,
what the
hell?
Right,
so like, I can't say the word obviously because
I've heard the word gentrification, but I'm not sure of the definition.
All right, so basically it's like where like certain places take like certain hoods. Let's say in Poughkeepsie, let's say Smith Street Projects, and they kick all the black people out, and then they just shove like white people in, try to make the apartment or the area
like downtown main Powder Waterfront.
Damn,
they're trying to get rid of.
Have you seen those apartments?
I haven't been in there yet, but
oh my god!
Yeah, my friend told me one bedroom apartment is $1,500.
I heard that they're trying
the waterfront.
What is the tall gray? It's not gray. Brownish tan building down there by the river. What is that one called?
Rip Van Winkle.
I heard they're trying to get all the black people removed out of there.
Out of Rip?
Yep.
You know what?
I don't know if it's true, but I heard that.
You know,
like, they're trying to turn that area into like so.
If they do that, then we're all fucked. Because to be honest, have you been to the White House? The
White House? No.
The Ice House? The Ice House is so expensive and the food is terrible. But white people, great. They just like fly to that shit.
Gentrification, the process of renovating and improving a house or district so that it conforms to middle class taste.
There you go.
Good word.
There you go.
Wow.
There's a question. If that's actually taking place, then it's by design, which is why it's not being reported.
I that's what I think. Like, but I feel like with our like mentality. Thank you. I can't talk. Like, I feel like at a certain point, our hashtags, like they drown out after. Like, remember the whole Sandra Bland? Don't forget her name.
Oh yeah, it's
like they drown out after a while. So like Flint, Michigan was just another one.
Generally speaking, I hate the crowd. So people just follow trends. They follow what's in front of them at the moment, and then it's just forgotten about.
Yeah,
and I can't stand it.
Like Sandra Bland, like the whole cop killing scene is just ridiculous. And then a week later was Mannequin Challenge. Like,
don't bring up that cop shit because black people get mad at me when I because it's like Black Lives Matter, right? And it's like that seems to come up a lot anyway. But real quick, and I'm gonna move on past and do the next question. But it's like. And they'll argue this shit with me. It's like, if Black Lives Matter, and you can have your movement against the police killings and all that. I have no problem with that. Yeah. But if Black Lives truly matter, why the fuck aren't you in Chicago? Like, how do you even look at me like and dare argue?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if Black Lives truly matter, which obviously, as a black man, I understand that. But like, you can't be like Black Lives Matter and then go do it like a drive-by on somebody else because they like step on
There is a virtual genocide situation happening in those communities in Chicago,
Of
and
course.
there's and so you don't.
gentrification.
Ah!
Oh, I saw this. I don't even know if it was a meme or it's like. Look, I saw it in the newspaper.
Meme?
Yes.
I don't know if this is real or not because it was unsourced, whatever.
We gotta
but
start using that. So
it says in Chicago, 4 days went by without anyone dying for the first time in like years.
Holy shit!
I don't know if that's real or not.
I believe it.
Say that one more time.
For the first time in 4 days.
No,
4 days.
It's the first time
4
in a
days
number
went
of
by.
years
4
that
days.
4 days went by that nobody was shot.
I believe that.
Yeah, I believe it too.
Well, you mean killed. I don't believe not shot.
I mean, they're not
He means killed.
Yeah.
You know.
There is no way they went 4 days without.
So you talk about Black Lives Matter. It's like
that happens every 4 hours.
Yeah.
I lose respect for the movement at that point because it's like it's not real.
Because
Lives matter all the time, not just when cops are killing people.
but at the end of the day, yeah.
Bees, you want to jump in on any of this?
What do you think about the Black Lives Matter movement? We're gonna move on after you though. Next question.
I don't know. I mean, I'm for it. I mean, I'm obviously against police violence, but yeah, I mean, if you look at the numbers, more black people die from like gang violence than cops. So, I mean, that's like a bigger problem to take care of. But I guess because it's not as like it's not controversial, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone can agree that like gang violence is bad. So I think that's why the media doesn't give it as much attention as in terms of like cop violence.
There's no
Where
money.
there
in it.
is like an
You
argument.
hear what George said? There's no money in it. George.
Yeah, that could be a reason too.
The doctor doesn't give you doesn't give you nutraceuticals and vitamins
he
because
does
there's
not.
no money in it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
There's money in getting you hooked on drugs
There's money
for the
in
next 50 years.
treating and not. There's no
I'm not
money
gonna
in
give you
prevention.
the cure for cancer. I'm gonna give you a pill that stops cancer for the day, and you gotta take those pills repeatedly.
Come see me once a month.
Thank you.
And the
Get your
pills
prescription refilled.
overpriced. And if you don't pay them, it's
The Meezer,
you
you're going into this field, right?
Not anymore.
What the fuck? What happened? What the? Yeah, okay, what are we doing now?
A street performer.
That was the plan. You're a street performer.
He's about to have a guitar with a case on it.
I thought he said a
Fucking
streetcar named Bizarre.
banjo.
He's filming movie?
Is that your new profession, fucking banjo player?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. All right, I'll take your word for it. Go ahead.
I'm actually in grad school right now for computer science.
I was hoping you were going to say like hot tub installer, but I guess that's not going to happen. All right, so what computer science?
That's actually really good, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what was at what point did you decide to not pursue the doctor stuff anymore?
When you sold the robots, taking over.
Like my senior year.
Really?
Of undergrad.
What was there anything that happened, or you just kind of were like, fuck this?
No, I was just like thinking like, why am I doing this? And like the reasons I could think of were not very good.
Was one of them money? You're like,
Yeah. It was basically like, my only reasons were just because like it's a good job and you make good money, and I figured that's not a good enough reason to like, dedicate my life to this. So I decided to look at other options.
good for you.
If you have options like that, then you can.
Good for you.
Yeah, make those decisions.
All right, next question. What do we got?
So we're gonna flip the topic here.
Talk about basketball.
I know shit about sports, man. If it ain't football, I'm screwed.
All right, well, I'll bring up a topic.
Thank you.
Something I want to talk about real quick. NBA on ABC last night. Big marquee game. Golden State Warriors versus San Antonio Spurs. Tony Parker out with injury, back. Kawhi Leonard out with injury, concussion.
Damn.
LaMarcus Aldridge out with heart murmur.
Damn.
So
this is all on one team?
Yes. So the Spurs are down their top 3 players to injury. Steve Kerr, coach for the Warriors, decides because they're playing like 4 games in 5 days and they're coming on a back-to-back, he's going to rest 4 of his players. And you've already got Kevin Durant out. So you basically had the bench versus the bench for the Spurs
Really?
and the Warriors. Now the controversy here is it okay for coaches to rest players? Greg Popovich got in trouble back in 2012 resting Tim Duncan and Tony Parker when they faced the Miami Heat, I believe, because it was LeBron, national televised game. Like, well, we're going to rest our players. I think hearing research on it, he didn't inform the NBA before he did it. So they were all promoting and hyping the game on TV. Then all of a sudden,
I see. They're messing with their money.
By the way, Or 2 guys on top 2 guys.
Okay.
that makes
Yeah, I was about to be
That-
like,
that's a- yeah,
they can do
this
whatever they
is-
want. Who cares? But then I thought about the
It's
money and the
Of course.
TV and all that.
Of
Oh,
course.
wait a minute. Now I'm
not-
getting it.
I'm not going to click on ABC, was it?
Yes.
I'm not going to click on ABC to watch Spud Webb play. No. I'm
That
not,
was pretty entertaining, but I get your point.
he was. But I'm not going to click. I would rather see Steph, Draymond
yeah.
Green.
Mia
Resting.
Khalifa.
Resting. Keep going.
No.
Alright,
Excuse
so
me.
It was Steph resting, Draymond Green.
Yes.
Klay Thompson was resting too.
Yes.
Durant is out.
Durant is out.
Who else they got? Not Iguodala.
So they got.
Andre Iguodala, rest.
So they,
What
hold on.
the-
God damn.
Whoa.
Would you say
What?
the Meezer?
I was saying, imagine paying like hundreds of dollars to go see that
Oh,
game.
hell no.
Those stories are circulating. They actually had a family that had flown in
Oh no.
to the game with their child because they wanted to see the Golden State Warriors. So this Warriors fan showed
Okay,
up in the
here's the thing, right? So if we want to.
$400 a ticket.
Oh shit!
Are you serious?
Oh,
What? For me to see the cheerleaders?
my back!
For 3 people, so that's $1,200.
Oh hell no! You better get your ass off that fucking. So were they in the arena sitting down?
They were on the bench in street clothes for the first
Oh
half of the game,
hell no!
And then
Fuck
they were gone
that.
for the second half. They weren't even there.
Oh no!
Now,
I would have been like, get your asses off it!
I will
Shit!
come back and say when this news circulated, the Warrior players reached out to make sure the family got to come into the locker room to meet the players. So once they
that's cool.
heard that, and it's not a player's decision, it's the coach's decision for sitting. It was just a question of what do you guys think. I'm going to throw this tidbit out there. Michael Wilbon from ESPN pointed out. Michael Jordan, you guys heard of him?
Yeah.
Of course.
Played for
The guy that cries.
I can't afford his shoes.
the guy that cries.
He
Yeah,
cries.
he
He just
cries.
cries or something, right?
He might
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
He's a Mimi.
He cried
You probably know the second team he played for a little less than the first team. He played for the Washington Wizards
Yes.
for a few years at the end of his career. He was 40 years old. The last season he played. You know how many games are in the NBA season?
100 or something.
82.
Okay.
You know how many games he played?
12.
82.
Oh shit!
Are you serious?
He played all 82 games of
Well,
when he was 40.
They needed him too, though.
Wow.
Shit, they were nothing without him.
And certainly in the last couple of weeks, I don't even think they were making the. I mean, they were fighting for the playoffs, but they didn't even make the playoffs. But just saying, Michael Long made the point that it's just a generational shift. That here you have, and I don't mean to compare it is Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
but just the work ethic of here's a guy that's 40 playing all 82 games, and he's as great as LeBron is, and you compare him. I don't know if LeBron has actually played 82 games in an entire season in his career.
Hell no, I don't think so.
I don't
And it
think
may not be his fault, could be
Yeah.
injuries and other stuff, but just that he's never been able to do it. And here you have Michael Jordan doing it at
who's
40.
been overworked at level 40.
Real quick, and then we gotta go to the next question because we're running out of time. But I think that these guys are getting paid so much money. There's so much expected, so much riding on them, and so much is expected from them that they need to be held up to those standards, and they need to be there performing. Period. Unless they got an injury, stop it, cut it out.
And most of the commentary was, we're doing it a service to the fans. That people
Correct.
wanna watch
And I totally agree
at
with
home.
that.
You're putting a premium price on tickets, and you're buying these tickets months in advance
Yeah.
to make sure you get them.
Yeah, you gotta-
You don't even show up to the game.
Hell no.
All right. What's the next? What we got next? The Rook Bishop.
If we're running out of time, then this will be our final question. I'm
No, it
guessing.
will not. It depends on how the conversation goes.
All right, cool. So, should a man hit a woman?
Hell no. Only if when we did this last week, actually it came up.
It did?
It did come up last week. Okay. Now you know what? I'll let you guys go first because I tend to flap. Let's start with you, the Meezer. Should a man ever hit a woman? Now I want you to just think about it before you answer, because if you don't think about it, you might just jump and say,
Beat that
Um,
bitch.
I think a person, regardless of gender, shouldn't hit anyone.
Mm-hmm. Now,
But
uh-huh.
I also think a person has a right to defend themselves.
I totally agree with him.
So like, yeah, I'm totally against like, especially because like generally women are weaker than men.
Don't say that too loud. You might get attacked.
They
I
are the
mean,
fairer
physically,
sex,
like,
if you
it's
can still say that,
biology,
'cause
you
you're
know?
supposed to say sex because it implies gender.
And so it's like it's
Even
messed
say
up
women?
like going after someone who's weaker than you.
Women have
But
like signs like
I
Prince.
mean, if someone's attacking me, guy or girl, I think I should have the right to defend myself. You know?
I totally agree with you. The girl puts her hands on me, she gets what she gets. Now, I don't need to be choke slamming her. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But, to me, if you open that up, you kind of get what you get. Although, like I said, I don't need to go extra on her.
Yeah.
Real quick, we got to move to the next question.
I think a female, because I don't hit girls. So if a girl puts her hand on me, I don't have the reaction to hit her girl. But I understand why people want to hit a girl. Especially if it's like you're supposed to have this trust between each other. Like that's the person you rely on for a lot of things. And that person's putting their hands on you, you lose all that
What
trust.
if it's just a girl trying to rob you? Why's it got to be that?
Well, if it's other than a relationship,
Kong's in his
beat that
feelings.
bitch up.
Kong's in his feelings.
Godzilla.
As I've said before, you can take comfort in the fact that I will exercise self-control no matter how angry I am. I am not going to put my hands on you. If you choose to put your hands on me, all bets are off.
Your thoughts?
My mom has told me 2 things growing up.
Beat that bitch.
1, don't give me grandkids before I want them. 2, anybody lay hands on you, put them back on them. I'm not saying out of anger, because I get, being angry, and they have medically now claimed it as a disease, all this other fun shit. That's great. Punch a wall. Hit a bag. Don't hit an old hag. By that I mean,
Punch a wall, hit it back, don't hit an old hag.
I'm sorry, I read Dr.
You
Seuss
still
right
get
Read Dr. Seuss books when you
hit a bag. Don't get an old bag.
Bars, right? Spitting straight fire.
Nothing but facts, B.
Facts.
So I feel like obviously what everybody says in the room is like if you caused it, then you should be able to hit. Like I'm not gonna say beat her up, hold her up like by her neck, continuously punch her in the face. I'm not saying none of that.
The funny thing is, I guarantee you, if you did that and she came at you first and you were defending yourself, but you kept it going, you're gonna get fucked up in court.
Oh hell yeah! If there's like bruises and stuff.
To me, I'm like the bus driver that we showed that the uppercut, right?
Yes.
Someone say he took it too far, right? But I'm of the mindset she spit on him. She gets the fuck she gets.
I mean,
Did you see that one on the Meezer? Where the bus driver uppercutted the girl?
Yeah, I think.
I bet you did see it.
Now,
that was a hard one to admit. You saw that one.
Now, did you hear the interview she did?
Oh, I did Mortal Kombat.
I thought it was in the middle of
I thought it was in the middle of Mortal Kombat. All right, we did that last week. What's the next question?
I mean,
Just give us one more. Or are you out of questions? Or
no, of course not.
put the
So,
book down.
yeah, I put my book down. So, question: can friends have sex and stay friends?
I can go first if you promise.
Go ahead.
I can say yes because I've done it many times. There's been times where I've caught feelings and certain behaviors set me off. That's true, but in terms of expecting relationships and things like that, no, I could do that.
All right. Kong or Meezer?
Ooh, Meezer, you go first.
It's first of all, it's the Meezer. So get it, please. Okay, go ahead.
For me personally, I don't think I could do that. At that point, it's.
No, I mean I'm a whore, so
Yeah.
I mean that's just what it is.
Like at that point, if I had sex with that person, it's no longer just being friends to me. It's like something more.
I respect that.
But I think it's like on a person to person basis. I think some people are. I mean, I can see some people being just friends, but I can't do it personally.
The Rook Bishop.
For me, I feel like yes, I've done it. I've done that. I've jumped out of the whole friend zone scenario. Oh, that's my bro. That's my bro. And then we had sex near the park on the hilltop so people can see me. I've done all that.
But were you guys still friends after, or was it more than friends?
No, it was not more than friends. I feel like at a certain point, you should know what you want. Like, we're all human here. We're going to be like, hey, I'm horny. I'm going to want to fuck. If you don't want to do that, then just say that. If you want to come to the whole scenario with, hey, I'm not really too comfortable with this. I might have feelings for it. Then move on. I feel like,
well, like when you're in those situations, you kind of got to lay the groundwork for what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
But the problem is, some people do catch feelings, and then you have to be prepared to.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Once you cross that line with someone, you're gonna think of that someone as either your friend or someone you can have sex with without any ties to. It's like you either devalue them or overvalue them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, so it's like friends with benefits. Can you handle it or not?
Yeah.
No, then leave me alone. If yes, then it's best be friends then.
I mean, obviously, feelings are gonna come in because we're all human, right? But like at the end of the day, like you knew what you was coming in for. Like, don't say hi. Don't ask me how my day
What
was.
does Godzilla think about this?
Get in my room and get naked.
I don't know how does Godzilla handle the situations?
We don't really know because I have a kid. We don't know where it came from. Just hatched out of an egg.
Manila? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, that's the spelling. I think it's possible. I think it tends to be difficult more often than not because people are not usually honest with their feelings.
That's true. And
If
the
both
majority of
parties-
people are not honest with their fucking feelings.
If
It's
both
annoying.
parties are able to actually communicate properly and just state what it is, then yes. But it's very difficult for most people.
Okay. I agree with Godzilla. We still don't know where the kid came from.
One more question, and then we're going to end the show, I
One
think.
more question. Blue Skidoo. Can I do that? It might be trademark. I can't do that. You know what? Going with Godzilla.
Boosty-doo.
Is there a certain age to want to have kids?
Is there so? In my opinion, is if you're if you and your partner have the ability to be mature enough that you know you're going to be together, and you know people can't really, but you need to be stable and try not to bring a kid into a situation where you don't know what the fuck is going on. You don't have yourself together.
Yeah.
I think people have, especially nowadays, people have definitely like made light of having a kid, and it's like it's so much more than what they think it is, and so you know.
Well, 40 years ago, society shunned single parents, and now it's almost the norm and almost expected. And the kids don't think anything of it. We know one girl that made the comment to us, "Oh, it's a good thing my mom took me out of that high school in Newburgh, because I would have had a kid by the time I was 15." And thought nothing of it.
I got 2 nephews now that don't know shit. They don't know, and they got fucking, one of them has a kid, and one of them has got a kid on the way.
So he does have a kid, because I seen the picture and I was like, there's no way that's his.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wasn't bugging the hell out.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you think, Kong?
Amber
Kong?
I think you shouldn't have children unless you're financially stable. I grew up with
King Rose? I'm sorry, go ahead.
I grew up with my family not being financially stable, having more kids than they can provide for, and it's like torture. It's like when you're hungry, you shouldn't have. When you're a child, I think, and you're in America, you shouldn't, especially as a child, you shouldn't feel hungry. I feel like that's one of the privileges of living in America.
Well, wait a minute.
Not feeling hungry.
I got a fat nephew that's hungry all the time. I call him Hamburger Helper.
What I'm saying is, if you can't provide for your child,
No, I got you. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
You mean famished hungry, not just I've gotten hungry, I haven't eaten in 6 hours.
Or look at this guy.
Or, you know,
I haven't
this
eaten
guy
my
just-
nigga.
just at all
He was
times.
right here and you had 4 fucking hot dogs. That was 5 minutes ago. What the fuck?
Shut up. That was more of my heavier days.
Wait, you were heavier then?
Yeah, look.
You gonna leave me alone, damn it.
Shut up. All right.
All right, we're gonna end it. Did everybody get their piece on that? And we'll finish it off, and then we're gonna end the show.
I'll just say briefly, typically it's usually after you've got college, you've established yourself financially wise, and you plan. You plan for it, you hope for the best.
I had this one girl-
Certainly not in your teens.
I had this one coworker. She said to me, "I just had a kid," and you know, I was like, "What do you mean you just had a kid?" And he's like, and she's like, "You can't control that." I'm like, "Yes, the fuck you can. It's called close your fucking legs."
Or condoms. Or birth control. Or IED.
IED. Is that a bomb? That sounds like some fucking torpedo shit.
The thing, your finger put in your arm.
Send out the IED.
I think that might be a roadside
What the fuck?
bomb.
Yeah,
It
IED.
would work, but it's more kind of
Fucking, is that a landmine? What the fuck?
Yes.
Wait, is that right?
Shut up.
That's not too, damn it.
All right,
For
all
those
right.
that didn't catch it, that's improvised explosive device.
Damn it.
Although if you place it correctly,
Y'all gonna leave me the fuck alone? You shit.
if you place it correctly, it would deter.
Yeah, I guess it was. It blew your whole shit up. I guess you wouldn't be having babies
You've been
anymore.
lurking in my bedroom. You see what's over there.
Look, shut up, all right? I seen CSI before I got here. I did a lot. Cat in the Hat and CSI at the same
Real
time.
quick, the Meezer, what are your thoughts on the baby stuff here?
Yeah, like you guys said, as long as you're financially stable and mature enough mentally, I think you can have a kid.
Yeah, it's pretty basic knowledge. I mean, I don't know what the fuck is going on with the kids today. They just, I don't know.
I knew
You know what? You know what I think it is? Like, they're just irresponsible too. Because like when you're having sex, condoms suck. They just do. So it's like you increase your chances of having a baby if you're not wearing condoms or whatever, or just not having sex. You know, so they're more into their pleasure than what can happen in terms of their lives being turned upside down. You know what I mean?
One of my favorite lines, because I go back to movies and TV, Roseanne, her oldest daughter Becky turns to her. She's got the boyfriend at the house, so she's back and forth with Roseanne talking about it. And they get into having sex a lot, and Roseanne's like, well, you gotta, I don't want to have babies, blah, 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 I gotta have a condom. And Becky turns to her and says, doesn't that ruin the mood? And Roseanne just turns back to her and says, not as much as a baby with a diaper.
I mean, I've dated girls with babies, and it's hard to do anything when the baby's up. So at certain points, you gotta like become a stepdad. You don't want to, but it happens.
All right, folks, we're gonna end this show, the Mood Room, today. Thanks for listening. I'd like to thank our guest, the Meezer, the Rook Bishop, Godzilla. All right, gotta put a little era, Godzilla, and King
Rose.
Pablo Swine over there. All right.
Fuck you.
All right, guys. Thanks again. Hopefully we can have you on again.
Yep.
Take it easy.
Come on.
All right.
Stop.